So this is my book, The Six-Figure Cheat Code, How to Make Money in Tech. The Six-Figure Cheat Code, How to Make Money in Tech. The only place that I'm selling it right now is on Amazon. I'm not doing any mailings. I'm not doing any special, delivery type joints. If you want it tomorrow, you can order it on Amazon. I believe they do next day delivery. If not, I believe it's 2 days. I'm not sure. Whatever the case, whatever Amazon is doing. But it's The Six-Figure Cheat Code by Tearod Robertson. That's me. How to Make Money in Tech. And basically, what I'm doing is I'm giving you free game. I'm giving you a free game. Well, actually, I think the book may be 15 or 20 bucks or something like that. So you're getting $1 million worth of game for $19.99 or $14.99 or whatever the case, whatever the price of the book may be. And the reason why I say it's $1 million worth of game is I'm telling you that you're gonna make six figures. Well, you should make six figures unless you under negotiate yourself. But it's designed for you to make six figures, right? I'm telling you, I'm showing you how to make six figures. And if you do it, if you do it the way I'm telling you to do it, showing you how to do it, you're going to be right at that six-figure mark or right above the six-figure mark. I'm not going to give you a specific number because as soon as I do, then it's going to be, you told me. And no, I'm telling you, if you do what I ask you to do, if you do what I'm showing you to do, you will make six figures, right? The reason why I know is because it's the exact same approach that I took, right? I designed a program based on what I did without having a program, right? And I'm helping you. I'm working with you. It's a one-on-one deal. As far as my course is one-on-one, it's called powerofthebi.com. It's 1 day a week. I'm working with you live. You're working self-paced. But at the end of the day, what I'm showing you in the book, what I'm demonstrating in the book, what the game that I'm giving you in the book are the steps that you need to take in order to negotiate that six-figure salary, to make that six-figure salary. And the six-figure salary times 10 is a minimum of $1 million, right? So in 10 years, if you're doing the same, if you're doing what I'm showing you how to do, you're gonna make a minimum of $1 million over the next 10 years. Now, take whatever salary you're currently making, multiply that times 10, subtract that from $1 million, and that's the difference between how much you are making and how much you could make using my potential strategy. So just to give you a little bit about the six-figure cheat code, how to make money in tech. The first thing I talk about is the pivot into tech. Many people are a little concerned about, hey, I'm not really technologically inclined, which really means, I'm really not very good in tech. We're all good in tech. If you can use a cell phone, you're using tech, right? If you can use a cell phone, you can use a tech. You say, well, I'm not a computer. I'm not a computer programmer. No, you're not a computer programmer. Now, I'm not going to tell you that there's not some development that you do use with the program that I teach, but it's very little. It's very minimal. If you can figure out how to work an app on your cell phone, you can figure out how to use the particular computer programming language, which is really not that difficult, right? It's not that difficult. It's 2024, so everything is going pretty much to low code to no code. So I wouldn't trip on that. As far as the different industries you may already be in, listen, I used to be a school teacher. Right? So if you tell me, hey, I'm in an industry where it's a tough move to pivot into tech, I refuse to believe that there's an industry that is tougher to pivot from than from in education in the actual school, in the actual classroom, right? What I'm telling you is, I did that. It's okay. It works, right? Don't trip off of, the pivot into tech. If you're willing to learn, I'm telling you, within the next 4 to 6 months, you put the time in, you're going to know what you need to know to negotiate that six-figure salary within about a year or so. After that, you're going to feel like Superman, Superwoman, whomever you want to claim at that time. But I'm telling you, it's not that terribly difficult. Decoding the myth of coding in business. it's not that difficult to do the coding. The coding, again, is the computer programming language that you use. It's a language called DAX. It's data analysis expression. It's a very fancy term it's a very fancy term for this is what we use in order to build models in Power BI or in business intelligence or in Tableau. It's not that difficult. Let me not back up. I don't want to shortchange it. If you put the time in, based on the time that we have here in this class, you're going to be okay. I don't want you to think that, it's going to be a cakewalk, because it's not going to be a cakewalk. And I know people that are in tech where there is a slight learning curve. It's not a huge learning curve, but it's a slight learning curve. For those that are not in tech, there is a learning curve. If you're not afraid of taking chances, if you're not afraid of betting on yourself, I'm not afraid to bet on you. But at the end of the day, the coding is not that bad. Debunking the myth of the computer. Don't be afraid of the computer. Don't be afraid of what's there. I mean, really, a computer is only a box. I mean, you could tear it. At this point, you could pick it up, throw it down, and break it, and still be able to work, because most of the things that you're working on are all online anyway, out in the cloud. What we say now with developing business intelligence, I don't suggest that, because you do develop on your desktop. So, there is some question as to whether or not you really need the computer or not. There are applications that you're going to need on your computer. So don't do that. But at the end of the day, here's the deal: if you can work in Microsoft, PowerPoint, Publisher, Word, Excel, the business intelligence tools are pretty much all of those guys put together. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Publisher, they're pretty much all those guys put together. And that's not even putting it into simple terms. That just is what it is. It's just a matter of understanding how to use those tools. What are the essential tools for the BI journey? The main thing you're going to need is, like we just said, is a computer, because you do have to, for the most part, design on your computer, develop on your computer. There are resources to where you can develop online, but the online tools are not as robust as the desktop tool. So there's some things you're not going to be able to do with the online tool as you would be able to do on desktop. Not to sound too spooky, but what does that really mean? Everything that you can do on your desktop, you can't do. I hate to use the word can't. Everything that you do on your desktop, you're not going to be able to do on the web, out in the cloud. Just won't be able to do it. And just look at it like this. I mean, when you type an email, you can type an email online, but and send, but you probably don't want to write a book sending an email, right? It's just a lot. It's a lot to it. So you want to use a document application, whether it be Google Docs or Microsoft Word. You want to use something like that to where you can do your typing, and you don't want to just get on an email and then type it and then send it to the publisher. No, that's not what you want to do. So even though you can send that information, but it's just not, you're able to do more stuff on your desktop, and that's the same as it is with your business intelligence tools. Navigating the path to self-paced learning. Navigating the path of self-paced learning in business intelligence. So here's the deal. The course that I teach is self-paced. So that means you can work as much or as little every day as you like. My suggestion is to spend probably about 6 to 8 hours a day. I suggest 6 to 8 hours a day if you're really trying to get it, and a minimum of 4 hours a day. a minimum of 4 hours a day and 6 to 8 hours a day if you're really trying to get it, right? But at the end of the day, we do have we've got Facebook groups that we work live in, that we have live discussions in. I do meet once a week with a class, going over past homework, future homework, industry trends and things like that. All questions, business intelligence, artificial intelligence related, are open, and everyone is welcome to join in. Then we have counselors, advisors that we connect with you, after you've been in the program for a certain amount of time. I don't want to throw that amount of time out right now because I don't want to throw that time out right now. But with that said, that's what that looks like. So basically what I just went through right now was the first 6 chapters. I went through the first 6 chapters, the topics of the first 6 chapters of my book. The 6-figure cheat code, making money in tech. And those topics again are beyond the math, the pivot into tech, decoding the myth of coding in business, debunking the myth of the computer, breaking the certification myth in business. I did not talk about the breaking the certification myth. So here's the deal. You do not have to have certification in order to make 6 figures in tech. You do not have to have a certification in order to make 6 figures in tech. Let me repeat that one more time. You do not have to be certified or have a certification to make 6 figures in tech. Now, to be totally transparent, do I have a certification? Yes, I do have a certification. I am certified in business intelligence, Microsoft Business Intelligence, Microsoft Data. I'm certified as a Microsoft Data Analyst. Now, with that said, let me be real clear about this as well. I do not work for Microsoft. At this point, I do not contract with Microsoft, but I have contracted on projects before that were Microsoft related. And I could very well contract with projects in the future that are Microsoft related, but at this point I do not. So this is not a sales pitch for Microsoft. I am not endorsing Microsoft. It's just that the tools that I use are primarily Microsoft tools. But to answer your question, you do not have to be certified in tech. Again, I am certified as a Microsoft data analyst and a data engineer and several other Microsoft certifications, but it's only because I just like to have stuff to say that I'm certified in. But none of those made me to the point to where no one gave me a job because I was certified. Right now, I'm almost sure that if I was in an interview and I was competing against someone else in an interview and I was certified and they were not certified, but our criteria outside that were equal, that I probably would get the opportunity because that is my crossover, that's my pushover. But I think I know very few people that are certified. I know a whole bunch of people that are good at what they do that are not certified. So with that said, just went through real quick chapters 1. We'll talk about the topics of chapter 1 again, which is beyond the myth, beyond the math, the pivot into tech. Chapter 1, chapter 2, decoding the myth of coding in business. Chapter 3, debunking the myth of computers. Chapter 4, breaking the certification myth in business. Chapter 5, the essential tools for BI, and again, that's pretty much computers. And chapter 6, navigating the path of self-learning in powerofthebi.com. So I'm going to leave it there. You got the first 6 topics. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. 6-figure cheat code, or leave me a comment section here. And again, reference 6-figure cheat code, and I'll get back to you. So once again, thank you for jumping in, and I look forward to seeing you win again in the next video.